Okay, so what you need to do, your page should look something like this at the moment, and I'm very quickly just going to show you how to do each section. So what you are going to do is you're going to extend your cube out like so, and you'll notice that I was trying to keep the ruler at the same point, and then you are going to join the lines. The next thing that you can do, and actually I've already done this, is just change the curve on your triangle, change the bottom to a curve. For your sphere, you're just going to extend down now like so, trying to keep your lines parallel, and add a curve like so, and for the sphere just leave that. For each of these drawings, the light is going to be coming from this direction, meaning that this side will be in shadow. So what you then need to do is just start shading in, and you can see that I am shading in all in the same direction, or following these lines going backwards, and this just needs to be shaded. Drawing is all about layers, so you just need to keep building up the layers. You'll notice that I'm now holding my pencil lower down, and I am just going to build up the layers like so. I then want to start thinking about extending some grey across here, so extending a little bit of tonal range across the top, and I know that I will have a little bit of light seeping over if the light is coming from this way. That's how it will work. The same here is I now just need to add a bit of grey. You can see now that I've added some tonal range to the cube, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend a little bit with my finger. Okay, the last thing is that you are going to use a rubber to add your highlight, your white, like so, and then you might just need to kind of go over maybe some of your lines possibly. Then what I want you to think about is the shadow. Now your shadow should always come out in a right angle like so. So again, look how I'm holding the pencil, and then I'm just extending out from the shape. Your shadow should look like the shape that it is, so I'm going to make mine look like a cube. So it should just have a kind of round edge like so, and you also know hopefully that shadows fade, so at this end it should be really dark and then fade lighter. Again, we can kind of blend to get it to fade as well. That's not the best in the sense of kind of change in tonal range, but you hopefully can get the idea. Then we're going to do the same for the cone. So again, let's just add a base layer. I'm always going from my point at the top, and again I'm thinking about how the light is hitting. Then, because we know the light's hitting here, I'm going to start adding and pressing harder. Now I'm doing this really quickly because I want to show you all of them in one go. Once you get here, I can start thinking about my curves and building that round and building it out like so. So I want on all of these a really nice gradual fade. I obviously also want a bit of highlight, so that's what I need to think about. I'm just going to refine this slightly. I then want to add my highlight in, which I can do like this, always going from the point with the cone, and I want to add my shadow in, always a right angle. Now this time I might want to make it actually look like a cone. Like so, and then you're going to repeat with this one. So add your base layer of grey all the way across. Do not scribble, do not shade in many different directions. You can see I'm shading all in one direction. For the circle, you're going to shade in a kind of circle. I've begun to add detail like so, pressing harder now, thinking about gradual tonal range from black to grey, and I'm doing the same as what I did with the cone. I'm starting to think about the curves along the bottom and also at the top. We want a gradual fade, so I can extend that now, and then thinking about the same, so curves backwards, forwards along here. On here you can see I've added a bit more detail using the same principles as before. I just want to add my highlight now and a bit of highlight to the top. With the rubber as well, I'm kind of replicating the same marks, so down and then the curves, and you can see obviously I've added my shadow in. I've just extended it over because I wanted to show you how you might want to curve that end instead of making this one a bit more square. And again, you might just want to add in as a last touch kind of a bit more of a hint on shape, something like that. I could probably still refine that a little bit more, so this bit's a bit messier, but for the demo I'm going to leave it there. Now for the sphere, I need to do this super quick, but you need to add lines on like so, and then do the same principle of shading like so, and then rotate and do it the other way. You might get something like this, and then you just want to try and refine it and make it look as round as, and you should get something like this in the end. So again, maybe I could add a bit more refinement here and here, but that should be okay.